Disclaimer. Extended satirical material on this podcast may strike some viewers as vulgar, offensive, or, worst of all, serious. This is satire. Please adjust your expectations and interpretations accordingly.
I'm delighted to welcome to the Pigeon podcast the legendary Joan Rivers.
Oh, thank you. I'm thrilled to be here, truly. Nothing makes me feel more honored than to do a podcast named after a bird that's known for being a dumb, germ-ridden pest. Oh, you might as well have called it the Pete Davidson Podcast.
We're so honored, really. It's surreal to have you.
What's surreal is the idea. I would have said yes, but look, I really do love nothing more than attending obscure satire podcasts as an animated caricature of myself voiced by an impressionist in their kitchen. So I'm happy to be here.
I'm very glad. It's great to have you as an early guest, as you're so steeped in celebrity culture. Later, we'll be interviewing anyone from Tom Cruise to the Kardashians.
The Kardashians. Oh, are they still on? They're like herpes. You think they're gone, then boom, new season. Sorry, but any Kardashian analogy that doesn't involve herpes, that's false advertising.
Well, you were a Hollywood staple for many decades. You must have known the Kardashians personally.
I know the Kardashians well. I was actually the person who broke the terrible news to Kim that Kanye had been placed in a mental institution. But it was worth it. Just to see the smile on her face. I mean, Kim and Kanye are divorced now. I mean, what a waste of a murder-suicide that was. But I just like to say, she's grown as a person and become an amazing lawyer. I'd like to say that. I heard she wants to become a lawyer so they can sue their original faces for trademark infringement. But in all seriousness, it's beautiful that Kim managed to follow her dream of being a lawyer, even if it's a shit one. Yeah, I can remember when someone told me she was going to go to university. I said, she can read? And which Kardashian, the dumb one or the dumb one? Or one of the other dumb ones? Oh God, they're so dumb. They're so dumb. They were known for their looks, and no wonder. They're all attractive girls. It's amazing what you can do with millions of dollars in child support every month. And they all look incredible. Incredible as in not credible. The amount of fake tan. Ugh. Even Ariana Grande thinks it's too much. And she's tried to fake tan herself blacker than Chris Rock. I mean, I'm not one to judge, but there's a fine line between cosmetic enhancements and something from witness protection.
They certainly have evolved their looks over time, but like yourself, they still have a cult-like following.
I have no doubt they have a wide appeal, like wider than Chloe's original face, that wide. And speaking of cults, did you say you plan to have Tom Cruise?
That's right.
Oh, I should be careful what I say. He might be here already. Look under the chairs. You know, because he's so short. Come on, I tell you. Oh, Top Gun must have been the first time they ever put a booster seat in a fighter jet. I love Tom Cruise, though. I love to see his handsome face go up on me.
Gosh, is there anyone we could have on that you wouldn't roast?
Okay, so why don't you talk me through your future guest list? I know everyone, so I can tell you who's good to have on.
For our first guest, we had Markle.
Do you know what my favorite thing about Meghan Markle is?
No, what?
No, me either. You know, Meghan has a lot going on for her. She's very lucky. She's lucky she met one of Britain's princes at the right time. And even luckier, she met the dumb one. But you know, I do feel for Meghan because she told Oprah she was shocked that the royal family was wondering the color of her future baby with Harry. But let's just tell the truth. They were probably terrified it turned out to be a ginger. Who wouldn't? So I'm sure she's doing great.
Yes, she is. I believe she's doing a lot of work for charity these days.
Doing a lot of work for charity. What is it? The Meghan Markle Male Castration Clinic? Actually, I've always wanted to start a charity too. It's called the Joan Rivers Tax Write-Off Foundation. It'll help accountants in need everywhere.
Yes, I'm sure that'd be in high demand. You're our second ever guest, but we're considering lots of people, from Amy Schumer to Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Yes, I hear the pet cemetery is nice this time of year. Good luck with that.
Well, he's another late great icon.
Yes, it's been an awful time for celebrity deaths. Oh, it's terrible. And not only did Liam Payne fall to his death, but even worse, the other four didn't. And Michael, I actually cried when I found out Michael Jackson had passed. People always think of me as a ruthless comedian. They're so right. But that doesn't mean I'm not also a great actress. And good for you for not discriminating against alleged child abusers. Who's next? R. Kelly and Woody Allen? Prince Andrew.
Well, no. Actually, we were advised against interviewing Prince Andrew.
Oh, you could for sure have him. Just lay down some towels to soak up the sweat. Maybe throw a kiddie pool under his chair, then his girlfriend could splash around in it, whatever age she turns out to be.
Okay, let's swiftly move on. We're planning to have Drew Barrymore. She can speak to us about her talk show.
Perfect example. If you had told me that Drew Barrymore was hosting a talk show in 2025, I would have said, Drew Barrymore hasn't died of a drug OD yet, let alone hosting a talk show. But I've seen it. It's called The Drew Barrymore Show. It should have been called the Please God No More Drew Barrymore Show. I've tried watching it. I've got to tell you, it can really last a lifetime, like a Matthew Perry hot tub nap.
Well, when we have her on the show, we plan to make sure the chairs are 6 feet apart and bolted to the ground.
Oh, good idea. Although I will say, Drew, she may not be the smartest, or the funniest, or the prettiest, or the best at interviewing people.
But what?
But what? That was it. Look, maybe I'll be more impressed if she can train herself to speak out the front of her mouth and keep her distance from her guests. Have some personal space, woman. Sometimes watching that show is like watching a Harvey Weinstein audition.
Goodness, that's not a nice image to have in mind.
Oh, no, it's not. Honestly, I couldn't tell you why he was a sexual predator, but I can definitely see why. I mean, he looked like a human Jabba the Hutt. Is anyone surprised he's a predator? I wouldn't have had consensual conversation with him, let alone anything else. And people can say what they want about my face, but his fat face with that droopy eye, he looks like a bad Picasso painting. I know people talk about it, all the awful things he did, but if you ask me, we should spend more time talking about how ugly the guy is. I mean, how was he allowed anywhere near a red carpet or camera?
That reminds me, we're planning to interview Andrew Tate for an episode. Any thoughts on him?
Oh, yes, the big Andrew Tate, the things I would do to him, like get him a hair transplant. But I heard everyone saying that he's a sex trafficker in Romania. Please, that's not impressive. In Romania, they probably have university degrees in sex trafficking. You can put it on your taxes. You want to impress me? Be a sex trafficker in Finland. I mean, is it Romania where people get sex trafficked too? Oh, and where was he trafficking them? Across the street? Or to the next town over?
Well, just for our listeners at home, I hear Romania's actually a lovely country.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it is if you're North Korean.
What if we interview your fellow female comedians like Amy Schumer?
Well, I won't talk bad about another comedian. Watching another comedian on stage is like watching someone else drive your car. Except with Amy, it's like watching someone drive your car off a bridge into a lake. She bombs on stage so bad. Oh, Hiroshima and Nagasaki look like party poppers. I mean, bless her. She looks like a porn star.
You think she looks like a porn star?
Not sex work, darling. I mean a TV show. Pawn stars. I can just picture her working behind the counter of a pawn shop. It's not a bad thing. I particularly like bland girls. I mean, blonde.
She's actually a big star nowadays.
You're right. She is a big star. A very big star. And she's not bothered by other people's opinions, I have to assume.
Speaking of stars, we should be having Gwyneth Paltrow on the show as well.
Gwyneth Paltrow. Oh, yes, a whole episode of her talking about her vagina smell. You know she actually sells a candle that smells like her vagina? Gwyneth, if we wanted a candle that smells like your vagina for the same effort, we could have had one made from Brad Pitt's fingers. I mean, seriously, if I wanted my house to smell like a vagina all day, I'd have put Timothee Chalamet in my slow cooker. But seriously, I'm going to buy one of her candles. I've never had to pluck grey pubes out of my candles before, but I'm sure it adds to the musk. To be honest, I shouldn't talk. If I had a vagina candle, it would be so dry. You'd have to light it in a full fireproof suit. And they'd be asking on the news what caused all these LA fires. Joan's vagina candle is what caused it. Let the fire inspectors figure that one out.
I hesitate to even mention this, but we're considering having Lizzo as a guest.
Well, if Lizzo had a vagina candle, it would probably smell like the vents at Pizza Hut.
Joan, that's terrible. Lizzo makes a point to be body positive.
Body positive. She's more like body multiplication.
Earlier you mentioned Timothee Chalamet. Since he became famous, I always thought Joan Rivers would love him.
Yes, I do love him. He is truly talented. He's like if Adrian Brody was a woman. Oh, but have you noticed, with that mustache he keeps trying to grow to look manlier, he looks like both a child molester and the child that's been molested. Oh, I'm only joking, Timothy, if you're listening. I don't want him to get upset and cry all his mascara out. I swear, if the guy gets any more feminine, J.K. Rowling is gonna boycott him. Based on what I've heard about J.K. Rowling, if Harry Potter was transgender, she never would have let him come out of the closet under the stairs. The Dursleys would have been the heroes. Did she graduate from the Kanye West School of PR Management? Oh, it has gotten so bad that her relationship with the gay community is almost as bad as the gay community's relationship with their fathers. Oh, I'm kidding. I love the gays. Oh, they gave me an audience and launched my career. And in return, I've given them endless jokes. They pass off as their own around straight people, their straight friends.
A lot of those jokes came when you were the star of the iconic show Fashion Police. Do you think that show could still run today?
Fashion has changed. Back in my day, they were a different breed. You know, with models like Kate Moss around. As she famously said, nothing tastes as good as cocaine feels. I think that was a quote, something like that. I'm telling you, Kate Moss probably got a handwritten thank you note from Pablo Escobar. Oh, come on, it's just a little Coke. I mean, joke. You know, it's less Diet Coke, more Coke diet. And also a great way to lose weight is through all the nosebleeds. And that was fashion for a long time. But now, I don't know if you could have the same show. Now they call it bullying. Oh, please. It's pronounced taste. You can't say anything anymore, even compliments. My assistant got offended not long ago because I complimented her. I called her a skinny bitch, and she got offended. Unbelievable. You know, she got all hot and bothered, like Jada Pinkett Smith when her son has friends over.
Have you met Jada Pinkett Smith?
Will Smith's husband? Yes, I know her well. I've been using her bald head as a compact mirror backstage before shows. You know, every night, I always say to her, people say, you're a bitch. Don't listen to them. I mean, just because they're right doesn't mean you've got to start listening. But that's the thing about Jada. You can always see exactly what's at the top of her head. And it's so nice. She doesn't mind Will wearing her skinny jeans all the time. So I won't say anything bad about her.
We wanted to ask about your involvement with our new satire magazine, Pigeon Magazine.
Ah, yes, the magazine based on fairy tales because that's what the world needs. You know, right beside a third world war and a Kanye West remake of Schindler's List, we need a fairy tale satire magazine.
You actually feature in our first issue.
I get it. You couldn't not include me. And now I'm here being interviewed by you. And I mean, you look like a senator who just got caught sexting an intern. You look like Kevin Spacey at his court appearance. I've actually been trying not to get too close to you. You look like someone who has coffee breath.
I do?
Oh, a little. And I don't want it to soak into my clothes. And don't blame yourself. Blame your animators. I mean, I look like I'm wearing a mask of myself. And the cartoon's not too different.
Well, at least it's cheaper than a plastic surgeon.
Oh, yeah. I'll give you that. I've had so much work done. You know, people donate their body to science. They'll have to donate my body to science fiction. But you know, I have a new plastic surgeon anyway. My mortician.
Well, all I'll say is thank you for joining us on Pigeon Podcast today. The legendary Joan Rivers. Tune in next week for another Pigeon Podcast, the totally real celebrity interview show.